I'm angst about tomorrow's challenge because I feel like I'm not gonna be able to make it.
Um, can talk to production and see what we can do about it. Um, how are you feeling? You mentioned that you're anxious about tomorrow.
Yes, I am.
Like, what's your strategy now that you don't have a game in the final,
Now that I don't what?
that you don't have a guaranteed spot since you don't have immunity?
I mean, I'm not gonna sit out here and beg people. You know what I mean? Like I'm just gonna keep doing exactly what I have been doing this whole time, and just I don't know, talk to people and hope that the people who are telling me that we good are being truthful, but it's never a guarantee. I feel like I'm not really in the best spot.
So what's the move? Like, how are you going to maneuver this vote?
I have no fucking plan, honestly. I'm just gonna hear out what people say, and I honestly feel like the way it is right now, like, I mean, it's good that Josh is immune because, like, even if he wasn't immune, I feel like if Josh were to have gotten voted out, like hypothetically, and it were me to, and like if it came down to like me, Brian, and Lee, like I know that I'd be the one that gets voted out of that. Like I feel like the only chance that I have at staying in the game is Josh because Lee and Brian are both like heavily concerned about my social game compared to them. And I feel like in their eyes, I mean, they don't even need to say it. Like they, in their eyes and to the eyes of everybody, like if they go to final two with me or Josh, I feel like there's not really as high of a chance. So like if it were Josh and them, he's fucked. And if it were me and them, I'm fucked. That's just how it seems to me right now. I mean, I obviously don't know what conversations are being had, but like I said, I feel like the only hope that I really have is Josh being in there because, yeah, that's just how it seems right now.
Okay.
Kind of at the man's mercy right now.
So we're going into the VL questions. Um, you kind of stated this, but who? Well, you didn't really say it. The first part of the question was what's the plan, but you don't have to answer it. I can just re watch the video. But who is the target in your eyes?
I mean, I like to think that it's either Brian or Lee. My gut is telling me that the target's going to end up being Lee because I know that Josh and Brian are close. I mean, they could very well all be coming from me, It's just hard to say. Um, but just my initial thought when you asked me that is that I would think it's Lee. And I think that Lee is anxious. He's been like blowing my shit up, being like, we need to work together, we need to work together, we need to work together. And like, there's a reason for that. I feel like Lee's been kind of like playing sidelines and like he's been on the good side of the vote, I would say, compared to me. Um, but I really don't, it's hard to say. I mean, I would think it's one or the other, but I would think that Josh would save Brian over Lee just because they're close. But I really don't know. I mean, in my eyes, like if Josh saves Brian over Lee, then I don't know. There's just so many things to think about because if he saves Brian, then on one hand, it could be a good sign because people he's close with, he sticks with. But then on the other side of it, um, they're close and he has a better chance at beating Brian probably. So that could be bad. But then on the other hand, if he saves Lee, then he could just be wanting to save him so that it's like a no-brainer at Tribal, and Josh wins. So, I mean, it really, I honestly don't know. I mean, Brian said to me previously that, you know, we need to get Josh. We need to get Josh. He didn't want Josh to make the final five. But he's kind of at the point now where he can't get Josh out. So he kind of needs to stick with him. So I really have no clue what's about to go down. I mean, the challenge results just got posted. So we shall see.
Last question coming from the VL. Who do you want to take to the end?
Josh. I don't trust Lee or Brian to take me there. You know?
Yeah. Hey, that is all the questions I have and all the questions the VL has for you. Do you have any last minute things you'd like to say?
I love Marcelo, and I still feel bad about the Matt vote.
Okay, let me stop the recording.